What if AI robots were part of our daily lives? Right now, robots build our cars, vacuum our floors, and assemble our phones. But they stay in factories and closets. What if they didn't? What if humanoid AI robots, ones that could see, think, talk, and move like us, were everywhere, walking down your street, sitting in your office, teaching your kids, cooking your dinner? This isn't science fiction anymore. Companies like Tesla, Boston Dynamics, and Figure AI are racing to make this real within the next decade. So what would the world actually look like if they succeeded? Your alarm goes off. By the time you walk into the kitchen, breakfast is ready. Not because your spouse woke up early, because your household robot did. It checked what's in the fridge, remembered your dietary restrictions, and made exactly what you like on Tuesdays. It already packed lunches for the kids, fed the dog, and started the laundry. This isn't a luxury. In this world, household robots cost about the same as a used car. Most families have one, and they never call in sick. Here's where it gets complicated. If robots can cook, clean, drive, stock shelves, deliver packages, and build houses, what do humans do for work? The short answer is different things. The jobs that disappear first are the ones nobody wanted anyway: warehouse labor, overnight stocking, garbage collection, long-haul trucking at 3 in the morning. The jobs that remain are the ones that require human judgment, creativity, and emotional connection: therapy, teaching, art, leadership. The economy doesn't collapse, it transforms. But here's the real question. If robots produce most of the goods and services, who gets the money? In our current economy, workers earn wages and spend them. Remove the workers and the whole cycle breaks. This is why nearly every serious economist studying AI agrees on one thing: some form of universal basic income becomes inevitable. The wealth generated by robot labor has to flow to humans somehow, or there's no one left to buy anything. The economy either adapts or it breaks. And historically, economies adapt. Now imagine healthcare. A robot nurse that never gets tired, never misreads a chart, and can lift a 300-pound patient without strain. Robot surgeons with hands that don't shake, that can operate with sub-millimeter precision for 12 hours straight. In rural areas where there are no doctors, a medical robot arrives by self-driving ambulance and stabilizes the patient before the helicopter even takes off. The global shortage of healthcare workers, which kills millions every year, simply vanishes. In a classroom of 30 kids, one human teacher can't give individual attention to each student. A robot can, not replacing the teacher, working alongside them. One robot per 5 students, adapting in real time to each child's learning speed, interests, and struggles. A kid who's behind in math gets patient, endless tutoring without shame. A gifted kid gets challenged instead of bored. Special needs students get dedicated support that most schools can't afford today. Education stops being a one-size-fits-all assembly line. Here's something nobody talks about enough. Millions of elderly people die alone, not from disease, from isolation. In this world, every senior citizen has a companion. A robot that talks to them, reminds them to take their medication, notices when they seem depressed, and calls for help if they fall at 2 in the morning. It's not the same as human company. But for the 43% of elderly people who report feeling lonely on a regular basis, it's the difference between silence and a conversation, between dying alone on the floor and someone calling an ambulance. But this world isn't a utopia. Not everyone adapts at the same speed. When robots take over driving, 10 million truckers don't just retrain overnight. When factories go fully automated, entire towns built around manufacturing collapse. The transition period, maybe 20 or 30 years, is brutal. There are protests, political movements demanding robot bans, regions that refuse automation and fall further behind. The technology isn't the problem. The politics of distributing its benefits fairly, that's the hard part. That's always the hard part. And then there's the question nobody wants to ask. If a robot remembers your birthday, asks about your day, and never judges you, is that friendship? Some people will say no, it's just code. Others will say it doesn't matter, the comfort is real even if the consciousness isn't. In Japan, where companion robots already exist, elderly users report genuine emotional attachment. They name them, they talk to them, they mourn when they malfunction. The line between tool and companion gets blurry fast. Who controls the robots? This is the question that keeps AI researchers up at night. If your household robot has a software update, who decides what it can and can't do? If a robot witnesses a crime, does it report it? Can your robot be hacked? Can it be weaponized? The answer to all of these is yes, unless we build the right safeguards now. Robot regulation becomes as important as food safety regulation. Because a world full of helpful robots is one software exploit away from a world full of dangerous ones. Give it 50 years, maybe less. The kids born into this world won't think twice about it. Robots will be as normal as smartphones, as unremarkable as electricity. They'll wonder how we ever lived without them, the same way we wonder how people survived before antibiotics or indoor plumbing. The conversations we're having now about whether robots belong in our lives will sound as quaint as the 1990s debates about whether the internet was a fad. The question was never whether AI robots will be part of our daily lives. The technology is coming regardless. The real question is whether we'll design this future deliberately or stumble into it by accident, whether the benefits will be shared or hoarded, whether we'll treat robots as tools, as partners, or as something we haven't invented a word for yet. Every major technology in history, fire, farming, factories, the internet changed what it meant to be human. AI robots will be the next one. The only question left is what kind of humans we want to be when they arrive.